Okay, stream, are you stable again? Are we stable again, everybody? We all good? Nobody's dead? Well, now what do we do? Stream's back. Hopefully. Someone can beat Val the first. Quick! While they're not looking. Hi, Rice! Oh no! First again! I trust that you're there. Yeah, we're defending Edgeworth. We're finding out that he's got daddy issues. And daddy issues for his daddy issues. Oh, it's great. No! 75%! Ah! Welcome in, John. We're playing Phoenix Wright tonight. We're at the shocking revelations part of the game. They're not that shocking yet. Nick? What's Gordy? Huh? You mean you don't know? It's here in this very lake. A giant mysterious monster. Gordy. Monster? Yeah. Check it out. This is an article from yesterday's newspaper. There's a photo. Wow, it's really, really real. Nick, a monster! A real monster! Yeah. It's probably just a log or something, right? Hey, there's a quote here from the person who took the photo. What's this? I set the camera to automatic, and when we got into the frame, I heard a loud bang, like an explosion, followed by the sound of something slipping into the water. That's a body. I wish I could have seen it. Why would there be a sound like an explosion? Larry, can I borrow this article from you? Sure, no problem. That'll be $1 million. What, 1 million? Grow up, Larry. Y'all are vile for this, by the way. They know they are. They're monsters. They're gonna make me jump Chalice. We're all gonna be sad. I'm gonna die several times. I don't even know the way up Chalice. I have done it once. And the once that I did it, was assisted. Seriously well assisted. But I will do this for all of you. I won't even use any skips if maybe I will. I won't know, actually. I won't use anybody else's mesmer portals, just my own! And my position rewinder, because I can't be tamed. You are not getting that out of my hands. It belongs to me. I actually do technically need to do Chalice again because I haven't done the thing for the Legendary, but I also don't know if I've done the thing for the Ascended thing that I need to do for that, so I'll have to double check. Ow. Yeah, I do. What is it? Oh! Nothing. Just something's been bothering me. Could you show me that autopsy report once more? Hey! I remember now! This guy! This is a lawyer that was at the office Mia worked at. I met him once when I went there to hang out with Sis. That office? Wait! You mean Grossberg's office? Right! That guy! That was the last name I expected to come up. Maybe I should go talk to him for old time's sake. Oh, we're not presenting Maya with anything. You got anything to tell me? Nah, nothing exciting. Oh, he still doesn't have the painting. It's gone. He did sell it.
Ahem!
Ah, that old familiar clearing of the throat.
Aha! You're Mia's something, are you not?
I was her understudy, yes. Phoenix Wright.
Aha! And you're Mia's something too, are you not?
Her little sister, yes.
Well, you've grown. You've come to look a lot like your sister, you know. It takes me back. Ah, the days of my youth. Like the scent of fresh lemon, you see?
Mr. Grossberg, sir?
Ah, yes, I beg your pardon. Of course you came here to discuss something. What is it then? Something the matter?
There was a murder last night.
A murder?
You haven't heard?
I, just got up, you see.
Well, Miles Edgeworth shot someone with a pistol.
Edgeworth? What? Who?
Well, the identity of the victim is still unknown.
Does the autopsy say chalice of tears frustration?
It probably does. Updated autopsy report. Edgeworth! Edgeworth, my beautiful, beautiful boy. We're saving you from yourself, sir. But dang, updated autopsy report was frustrating. I hope we help him. I know we will. I want to kill Codicus. I did that, like, last week. Or the week before, rather. Last week was the festival. We went down into Codicus's basement, and we put him in the ground. Despite the fact that that arena is very difficult. Whole family's wiped out. I tried.
Well, this is terrible news indeed.
I guess he hadn't heard anything. Yeah, that painting's still gone. Mr. Grossberg, whatever happened to that painting?
Oh, yes. I do not think it shall ever be coming back home to this office. I can't exactly claim it as stolen, and I suppose it's my just desserts. Old better desserts.
You know what's funny? Just desserts is actually the incorrect phrase. Like how when people say, like how when people say things like for all intents, like intent, blah. Just desserts is the wrong phrase. It is just deserts. And it's a much older word. It does not mean like a food item. I get why it's correct now to say, why we say just desserts now, because the old phrasing doesn't make any sense. Because we don't use that word in that way anymore. But, it used to mean like, that's, oh, how do I put it? I don't know how to explain. Because the word in question is really old and I've forgotten the meaning again. It just means like a ruling or something. But yeah, just desserts is actually one of those things that one of those sets of words that people used to mess up all the time, but has become the thing. Yeah, I love free fun facts. That one's not really the best fun fact because I can't remember what just deserts is. I never remember. Anything else to talk about with this guy? Anything to present to this man? Oh, do we have a picture? Does this have a picture? Ah, whatever. Maya seems to think it has a picture.
Strange. I feel as though I've seen this man somewhere before.
Ah! Did you remember?
He was a lawyer here in my office.
Hey, it may be too early, but we're gonna do it anyway. Alright. Well then, for Body Break, what will we do? Well, first I'm gonna stick her off my calendar because I forgot. Wah! Da-na-na-na. Okay. Let's see, what shall we start with? Oh, I know. Those little exercises that the Animal Crossing villagers are always doing. The one where you put your knees to your elbows. I don't know how to say that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That would work a lot better if I had knees or elbows. I gotta be in shape for Chalice. Obviously. Okay, what were we doing? Oh, yeah.
He was a lawyer here in my office. That's Hammond, Robert Hammond.
Mr. Hammond?
And you say this is the man Miles Edgeworth shot? Who is this Hammond? Whoops, wrong voice.
Who is this Hammond guy, anyway?
Mr. Hammond. He was the defense attorney in that case.
That case?
Yes, the DL6 incident. DL6? Why does that sound so familiar? Perhaps you remember.
I'm sure someone mentioned it during a trial for Mia's murder.
That was the incident where the police was so at a loss they used a spirit medium.
Oh, I found your content through escape rooms, and when I saw your playlist on the room. I didn't know if you did the VR, but I think you'd really like Waltz of the Wizard. I don't have VR. If I had VR, I would have done the sequel to The Room 4. I love The Room so much. I am going to play Doors, though, at some point, because it has a very similar sort of vibe. And currently I'm playing The Witness over on YouTube. I will still check out Waltz of the Wizard, because if it's possible to play it without VR, potentially I'll be able to. We'll see! Someday I'll get a VR rig, but also I am only 4 centimeters tall, so it is very difficult. They are not made for me. They are not made with little octopus sizes in mind. Wait, you don't mean... was that medium my mother?
Yes, my dear. The spirit medium, Misty Fey, your mother, contacted the spirit of the victim. But the case was a loss. No conviction was made. The DL6 incident, yes. Happened 15 years ago. A very strange case indeed.
They never caught the criminal, right?
Correct. Misty Fey used her powers to talk to the spirit of the late victim. Her testimony led to charges being laid against one man. But Mr. Hammond won the case and the suspect was declared innocent.
And the police blamed my mother, calling her a fraud. You were the one who helped her out then, right, Mr. Grossberg?
Yes. Yes, quite.
Thank you.
No, please. Don't mention it. DL6. Never thought I'd hear that name again.
But wait. What does that case have, what does that case have anything to do with Mr. Edgeworth?
Oh, it has everything to do with Mr. Edgeworth, my dear. The victim in the DL6 incident was none other than his father, Gregory Edgeworth. Now, Gregory Edgeworth is just a simple country lawyer. I love that they named him Gregory.
What? His father? As far as I know, the localization team did call him Gregory for the joke on Gregory Peck, who plays the lawyer in To Kill a Mockingbird.
If you want to know more, you should ask him yourself. Show him this. I'm sure he'll talk to you.
Wait. This is a photograph of my mother. Oh, shocking revelations now, everybody! Edgeworth, we are defending you, sir!
What's this? I was hoping you'd gotten my message the first time.
Edgeworth, what about your defense?
It's no concern of yours.
Guess he hasn't found anyone yet. I need him to be okay. Can I ask you about the murder?
Right. I'll ask you again, just leave me alone. Please try to understand. I'm not doing this to prove I'm tough or because I look down on you. I just don't want you anywhere near this case, understand?
Why did you go to Gourd Lake?
I have no intention of telling you.
Nor apparently would you tell Detective Gumshoe. Detective Gumshoe was really worried about you. It's like, I feel like that's like telling somebody like, oh, your teenage child is super worried about you. Like, at this point. Or like, oh, if you won't come home, oh, Jimothy, your mama worries terribly about you. You come home, son. You come home or you come home alive or you don't come home at all, boy. That's the kind of vibe we have here. Mm-hmm. Well, tell us about Misty Faye.
Edgeworth? It's only been a matter of hours since you last visited. Yet you've made incredible progress in your investigation. I'll admit it, I'm impressed, right? You are always single-minded in your work, though. Once you start on something, you always see it through, don't you?
About the DL6 incident.
Right. DL6. I didn't want you to find out about it. That is why I refused your offer to defend me. I'm sorry if it sounded like I thought you weren't up to the job. I just wanted to keep you away from DL6.
So, do you still think it would have been better for me to stay away?
I don't know.
This is the rare time when we actually get to see an emotion come out of Edgeworth. Other than annoyed with you. And I love that face.
But I see no point in hiding anything from you now. Very well. Ask whatever you like, and I will answer to the best of my abilities.
Because it's exactly like telling him that. Edgeworth's clearly Gumshoe's living terror. Yes. I really feel like it's the other way around. I feel like Gumshoe's the guy looking after Edgeworth most of the time. Because, like, Gumshoe is kind of bumbling, but dang if he doesn't have heart. And Edgeworth just doesn't take care of himself. At all. This man hasn't thought about what he wants in, like 20 years. And he is 23. Or 24. Or whatever. Like, he hasn't thought about what he wants since he was a toddler. Oh, shoot. I just realized the game audio is way down because I had to turn it down for Little Inferno, which insists on being so loud. Come on, you. I'll get it. Not that there's anything to hear right now, just that, I must. It's of import. There we go. I fixed it. I'm a wizard. Fier, I need this man to get a break. Yes. Why are you hurting me like this? Yes! Gumshoe cries the tears that Edgeworth cannot. Right into that chalice. You guys are gonna make me jump chalice, and I'm gonna be so sad about it, because I made the time limit too long.
The DL6 incident, when my father died. Right before my eyes. He was shot and killed, and I saw it all. My memories from that time are foggy. I suppose it's a self-defense mechanism. In any case, a suspect was arrested. A man. It's pretty clear he was the only one who could have killed my father. The spirit medium they used to talk to my late father said the same thing. It was an attorney by the name of Robert Hammond that cleared the suspect's name. And Hammond is the victim in the Gourd Lake murder? Correct.
That spirit medium, that was my mom.
What? You mean you're... It's strange. I thought that terrible incident was about to end, and now... this.
About to end?
The DL6 incident happened 15 years ago. 15 years ago on December 28th.
December 28th?
The statute of limitations on the case runs out in 3 days.
What? Nick, what does that mean?
When a case's statute of limitations runs out, legally the case never happened. 3 days from now, DL6 will be closed. Forever.
What happened to the suspect? The one who got off innocent?
I don't know. He disappeared from public view. Nobody knows where to. If he's still alive, he'd be about 50 years old now.
I guess I can understand why he'd go into hiding.
It'd be hard to live like a normal life after being a murder suspect in such a big case.
Well, yeah, and this is fiction too, Val. The 6 degrees of Phoenix Wright. Everyone's connected, like a big web. Well, that's because in fiction, everybody has to be connected. It has to make sense. So, like, if Maya was just a random other spirit medium's child or something, it wouldn't make a lot of sense for her to be here this whole time. Because there are story themes and motifs and all those things that you learn about in literature class. Or whatever you guys call English class. Literature, ELA, language arts, like whatever it is. So like, you've got to remember that these characters are also standing in for concepts and themes and things like that. And not everybody goes in thinking about concepts and themes and things like that, but everybody does go in thinking, I have a story I would like to tell. Sometimes that story does benefit from things not being connected and being kind of weird. Especially when the theme of your story is, sometimes stuff just happens. Like, MDZS, Modao Zushi, or The Untamed, or however you want to call that one. The themes and ideas present there are, hey, sometimes bad stuff happens and it looks like it's all connected, but really it's just a bunch of bad stuff that coincidentally happened. And it's nobody's fault, really. Except for Jinling's uncle. And Jinling's uncle. Who conspired to kill Jinling's uncle. And so on. But it's nobody's fault, really. It's just that a lot of things happen all at once, and they all came together in a weird way. Like, that's different. But a game like this, everybody's got to be connected, because that's the story. The story is about the way that the bonds we forge make us different. Not necessarily better or worse, just different. You stay off of AO3 until we're done this case. Your reward for finishing this case... Your reward for finishing this case and not spoiling yourself is going to be some AO3 fic recommendations from me. Yeah. Yeah, darn right. Darn right you will. So, was your father a lawyer?
He was. Gregory Edgeworth. He was quite famous at the time, apparently.
So you were sort of trying to follow in his footsteps? I love Little Inferno! Yes! What catalog am I on at this moment? The current catalog I'm on is catalog 5. I just got there. I've played Little Inferno to death. It is the game I get out when I finish a game. And I just play it at the end. So we'll finish it someday. Whenever I finish the next game and don't have time to start a new one, but still have plenty of time in stream, I just bust out Little Inferno or Watermelon Game. I love Little Inferno so much. And World of Goo. I also love World of Goo. I'm so excited for World of Goo too. I'm so excited to build triangles and bridges again. It's all you do is triangles.
I'd rather not talk about it.
Yeah, he won't talk about Giad. He's sad. What else have we got to look at? Oh, you know what? Here.
Who would have thought there'd be a photo? Edgeworth, did you shoot him? What do you think, right?
I don't think you're the kind to point a gun at anyone, no. So you didn't shoot him?
No, I didn't. It wasn't me. Right? It pains me to ask you this now.
I know. You want us to defend you.
Yes. Will you?
Of course we will, you fool! Who would have guessed this day would come?
Not me. This is my chance to finally pay you back.
Pay him back?
Pay me back? For what? I don't remember ever doing anything for you.
Never mind. I guess you don't really need to know.
Huh. My letter of request. Please give it to Detective Gumshoe.
Yay! Finally! I do. Sugar Plumps is great. You're right. Sugar Plum is a very interesting character. I love her. I have a commander deck to finish building, so I'll be lurking. Save our edgy boy! Yes! Good luck! Commander decks are annoying to build, but they're great when they work. We do love some cardboard. We do love some cardboard around here. Hi, Roxy. Have you got more to tell us? Tell us all about it, will ya? Why are you suddenly silent, as if you are Michigan J. Frog? Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime gal. Nope. She does not wish to speak anymore. She has said her piece. And she is done. Sometimes making tea is less about drinking it and more about it keeping you company. This is true facts. What? What about tea? Okay. Sus. I often have tea that keeps me company. Instead of me actually drinking it. Well, I guess we should. What's that? Earthquake! Nick! It's a big one! Ah! Oh, it's calming down. Whew. That was scary. Huh? Where's Edgeworth? There! He's on the floor in a ball, shivering. I guess he doesn't do so well with earthquakes.
He does not. I've heard of running, but curling up in a ball?
Well, I guess we're done. Mr. Edgeworth doesn't seem like he's gonna stand up anytime soon. Let's go, Nick.
Right. We have to give Edgeworth's letter of request to Detective Gumshoe.
Edgeworth is fine, he just has a very severe phobia of earthquakes. Yeah. He'll be okay. He just needs to get a hold of himself. What's going on here?
What's wrong, Detective?
This wild lady comes in here just a while ago. She says she came to talk to y'all. After hearing what Mr. Wright had to say. What's this all about, pal?
Lot of heart.
Why are you going around finding more witnesses? You want to give Mr. Edgeworth the death sentence, pal?
No, not at all. She did see something. There's nothing I can do about that. The Newfangled 4 made an updated version of Hello, My Baby. Through the years, if it's an interesting video. Ooh, that does sound fun.
The only reason I know it is because I know a lot of old-timey music and such, because I like to study old-timey media and compare it to media now, which is a lot of fun. It's really weirdly surprising what we were okay with showing children, especially in the olden days, and it's also kind of shocking what we're not okay showing children now. Like, in children's programming, you can't have the characters turn on the stove in the kitchen, even if it's to cook, even if it's like a cartoon where other silly things happen. You can drop an anvil on a fake child. You cannot have them turn the stove on. So like in a series like Ed, Ed, and Eddie, you can full on drop a building on a kid, but you cannot have them turn the stove on. Like, it's bizarre. It's not entirely completely off the rails. The idea is that children are smart enough to know that you can't actually drop like a building or an anvil on somebody. That's too outlandish. But children shown other children turning on the stove might imitate the behavior and try to cook. And therefore hurt themselves. So I kind of get it, but at the same time it seems really silly. Imagine dropping a building on somebody. I do routinely. I'm only 4 centimeters tall, though, so it's very difficult for me to drop a building on anybody. I'm simply too little. No. That song's gonna be in my head all night until it gets replaced by literally anything else. I wish it would be replaced by St. James Infirmary, because that's a really good song. But I don't always know the tune to that one immediately. Old Cab Calloway songs are kind of like... How do I explain? It's kind of like... I don't know how to explain very well, because those songs are really good, and they have incredibly similar themes and ideas to, like, modern sort of pop, like, rap songs and stuff. But you've actually got to be able to understand the words and the slang of the day, so it's really difficult to understand that that's what's going on. Like, listening to Minnie the Moocher. and then popping by. Like at a certain point you're just like, wow, modern songs are tame, actually. Anyway, moving on. Just, I mean, she did see something. There's nothing I can do about that. Ooh, comedy rock band, you say? I do like rock. I also very much love metal. I can't go around covering up evidence. You trying to say something about the way I do my job? No, sir! We're just going straight to presenting. Bop! Look what I got! Hey, you did it, pal! Glad I waited till the last minute to file those papers. I'll rip them up and start new ones for you. Thanks, detective. We'll see you in court tomorrow, then. Good luck, pal! Hey! You guys feel that earthquake a little while back? I was worried. Worried? We're fine. I've lived out here my whole life. I'm pretty used to them by now. Oh, I wasn't worried about you two. I was worried about Mr. Edgeworth. Oh, right. He did seem to overreact a little now that you mention it. A little. He's curled up in the fetal position under that desk. Yeah, well, I'm not surprised. It was a pretty big quake. I'm gonna check up on him. You two go eat and get your rest for tomorrow's trial. Later! I wonder what it is with Mr. Edgeworth and earthquakes. I wonder. He was never really that scared of them in school. Then again, I was only in the same class as him for 4th grade. He transferred to another school after that. I wonder what happened to Edgeworth. You know why he transferred to another school? Because his dad got shot. He transferred to another country. Woo! Fier, can I give Edgeworth a hug? Is it trauma? Yes. The answer to why did Edgeworth do that thing, followed by is it trauma, is yes. Yes, that you figured it out. Of course it's trauma. It's always trauma. Well, it's not always trauma. He's a good boy. Karma? That's right. Manfred von Karma. He's the best prosecutor there is. He hasn't lost a case in his 40-year career. He is a god of prosecution, right? A god. Not a single case. Oh, Edgeworth! Talking about Von Karma like you, like people talk about you. Oh my golly! Well, we hydrate as chat to bands. Good, you should hate Von Karma. I also hate him. Did you know Franziska Von Karma is his daughter? Alright. And a big stretch. Big stretch. The one with the whip. She is better than him. Alright. And now, we shall do... Scoot. We shall do, Oh, I know. We'll do shoulder touches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Once again, works a lot better if you have actual shoulders to touch. That's okay, I just wiggle my tentacles. Curl them in. In and out. You guys with actual shoulders, though, you can do the thing. Whoop. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Okay.
He'll do anything to get a guilty verdict. Anything. Sounds like someone I know, Edgeworth. You don't understand. I mean, he'll really do anything. Manfred von Karma is a man to be feared. That's quite a claim coming from someone who forges evidence. He taught me what it really means to prosecute.
What?
Just picture a prosecutor as vicious as me, multiplied by a factor of 10.
So was he your teacher then, Mr. Edgeworth?
Something like that.
And now he's trying to get you found guilty? What a creep! Oh, wait. Maybe he's planning on losing on purpose to help you out.
Not a chance. He hasn't lost once in 40 years. 40 years! He's as ruthless as me times 20.
That's pretty ruthless.
Like I said, he's a god among prosecutors.
I guess that's something like Mia was to me. Speaking of Mia. Mia? Uh-huh?
We could really be using Mia's help right now, don't you think?
Oh. I can't. Sorry. I tried. I really tried, but I couldn't reach. Oh, Mia, honey.
You couldn't reach?
I think it's because I haven't been training. My powers are weak again.
Oh man, what bad timing.
I'm really sorry. I'll try my best.
I hope so. What are you whispering about?
Oh, it's nothing.
Well, it's time. Let's head in.
Is this Von Karma the source of some kind of trauma for Edgeworth? I promise on my life I haven't spoiled myself. I just want to know. I think it's clear from the game that yes, the answer to that question is yes.
Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Miles Edgeworth.
The defense is ready, Your Honor. I did not think ahead to figure out what voice I was going to give this man. Oh no! I've done it again! Edgeworth also gets his fashion sense from this man. Boy, he is vaguely European. He is potentially German or Austrian, that kind of European, but I don't know if I can pull that accent out at will. Let's see what we've got. Let's see what we've got in the old accent bucket. Apparently Minnesota, don't you know? That's okay. I may be a family-friendly streamer, but I tell people at work all the time, I sound very different when I'm on stream than when I'm off stream. I'm not gonna worry about people cussing a little bit. Unless I'm on stream. Yeah! I know how you are off stream. Yeah! Just as excited and happy to be here. Ah!
Mr. Von Karma, is the prosecution ready?
Oh yeah! I forgot. He also taught his daughter this way too. Baka. Baka is not the word he's using here. He uses a much more... He uses stronger language here. I forget precisely what it is, but it does sound about as old-fashioned as Fool does to us. Let's see if I can find a good Von Karma voice. I gave Edgeworth that kind of like Magus kind of sound. Yum, 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 yum. If I were a villain and I were vaguely fancy Europe, and my name was Von Karma, it would behoove me, especially if I were a villain, it would behoove me to have strong consonants.
To have strong consonants and very particular sounding language, and perhaps like I might constantly.
Let's see. Maybe. Let's see what we can do.
In old country.
Let's see if we can zhuzh up old country.
In old country?
No, that's not right. Well, we'll find something. That's the right sound, anyway. Not old country, but the fancy schmancy sound.
Fool. You seriously think that I would stand here were I not completely prepared?
Yes, that's the one.
Right, my apologies.
Since you mentioned Baka, what are good animes to watch? I just finished Oran Schoolhouse Club! By the grace of gods, and now I'm reincarnated. And by the grace of gods, and now I'm reincarnated into a slime. Yes! Campfire Cooking's really good. And the long title, I think, is Campfire Cooking in Another World with My Ridiculous Skill. That is a delight. If you want something a bit more serious and horror flavored, Tower of God is very, very good. If you really want to be depressed and be sad in the morning, Solo Leveling will hurt you in ways that you didn't know it could. Same as Devilman Crybaby, that will hurt you. And if you ever feel hope at any point in that series, just turn it off for a second, step away, get yourself a box of tissues, and come back, and then be prepared to use that entire box of tissues. Let's see what else. Oran Schoolhouse Club is amazing. We love it. Erased is also very good. The anime does skip a lot of the stuff that the manga does, but it's also really good. It is a mystery where a guy goes back in time to basically prevent himself from getting accused of murder, and possibly also prevent that murder and a couple of other ones. It's neat! What else is there? Gosh. And all the rest of the anime I watch are either... Oh, and Hellsing, as I do. I love Hellsing a lot. The Ultimate OAV is probably the best one. Although the original series, there's something to be said for it, even though it didn't have, like, the manga didn't have an ending yet, so they had to make something up. It still kind of manages. I don't know if it quite sticks the landing, but it was alright. And if you want to go back in time, there's always Utena. I don't know how to explain Utena. You just kind of have to watch it for yourself. And gosh, what about the modern ones? There are other modern ones that I liked that are fairly recent. Welcome in, Phoenix! Tamaki, yeah. He's trying his best. Mobile Suit Gundam! Oh, Witch from Mercury was so good! Yes, Utena with mechs! Witch from Mercury was amazing! Utena with mechs and a slightly happier ending. Utena's ending is, it made me feel feelings, and I didn't know how to deal with them at the time. I do now. What else? Gosh. There's so many that are so good, and I'm trying to think more of which... Yeah, G-Witch are so good. Ooh, model kits! Yes! Model kits are so good. There was somebody who used to work with me that had, a unicorn model that he'd built, and, like, actually scuffed up and everything. Like, it looked like he'd acted like it had actually been somewhere, you know? Like, it had been in cool space fights. And I really liked that. Because I like when people do fun things with their models to change them around. There's always a classic, Cowboy Bebop. Yes! Cowboy Bebop at his computer. Cowboy Bebop's great. That reminded me of Ergo Proxy. I don't know why. Those two shows are not really alike. Ergo Proxy is great. It starts out as like a cyberpunk noir murder investigation, and then it ends up off the rails. Wildly off the rails. Completely screaming into the distance off the rails. And I love it. Pino! Pino's so good! She's my favorite. I love her. Nothing bad should ever happen to Pino. She's perfect. Yes, the original end theme is a Radiohead song, and I love that too. I love Pino. She's so precious to me. That child is amazing. I get that her name is supposed to be a short for, like, Pinocchio. Val, it's okay that you haven't seen much old anime. There's a lot of old anime. Oh. Sorry, Phoenix. Twitch chat is very excited about anime. We got started on this from somebody else in the YouTube chat, actually. And I will go on, you guys. I will go on. I love old anime. Yeah, of course we're excited about anime. We're here playing Phoenix Wright. Also, Phoenix Wright has an anime. Did you know? Mish Teru? If I was a little round bean dog, why I would be. Yeah, and it's fully voiced. I did not base any of the voices in here on the anime. Samurai Champloo! You've unlocked so many memories of late night Adult Swim watching with, like, I don't remember, but, like, late night watching it with my friends. So many memories. Fireflies at the Samurai 7? Mint has a box set for Samurai 7. We have everything, and we have, like, an art book and everything. Oh, I loved Samurai 7. Oh, achievement unlocked. One of the fun things about Samurai 7 was, we were watching it, and I was watching it with, with Mint, obviously, and a couple of other friends of mine. And the funniest thing that happened was they showed us all the, like, the opening sequence, right? The opening sequence is just like a sort of like shots of a village, and it's shots of like things like, oh, the rice fields are kind of empty and the mill's not working right now and stuff like that. And I was like, oh no, they can't even drink their pain away because sake is primarily made from rice. So I was so sad. Like, why do the robots need rice? They do, though. The robots need rice. Sort of. Samurai 7 has an excellent villain. I do like him. It's okay, Val. You've never seen Samurai 7, and that's alright. It's a longish series, but it's very good. It's a cool fighting anime robot version of Seven Samurai, which is an old movie. Which is an old Kurosawa samurai movie. He did a lot of old samurai movies, and they were all really good, and I loved them. He's also responsible for, like, a lot of subversion of tropes that you've probably seen. He did a lot of examinations of, like, I don't know how to explain Kurosawa films. They're sort of a like, hey, samurai life was brutal, actually, guys. Maybe we shouldn't idealize this. Throne of Blood is so good. I don't remember anybody's names, because when I was watching Kurosawa films, I didn't remember anybody's names. It was about the same time I was watching a lot of anime where I was like, that sure is a character whose name I'm gonna forget because I don't speak the language. Barnaby Dixon. Never heard of him. I'll check him out, though. Right, back to this. We are defending Edgeworth. We gotta save a life. He's even got the judge scared.
Oh, very well. Your opening statement, please. Decisive evidence. A decisive witness. What else could possibly be required? Nothing, of course. That should be fine. The prosecution may call its first witness.
What's with this guy? Is he royalty or something? How am I supposed to fight against this?
I call the detective in charge of this case, Detective Dick Gumshoe. Okay, Gumshoe's first. Let's see how this goes.
Good luck!
Describe the incident. Now.
Yes, sir. Detective Gumshoe looks nervous.
Wow, now I'm thinking of more anime.
Eureka 7 was really good until the sequel series when it wasn't. Like, it's like they threw out everything about the series and then they were like, what if we make everything sad and angry? But Eureka 7 was good until that. And of course there's Ava, which I have threatened Val with before. I need to find a time to watch that with everybody on the team because Evangelion is formative to my youth. And I loved it. Maybe we'll even play Astral Chain on this channel because that's just Ava but with cool monsters you control instead of you being in the robot. Just packed a VHS set of Neon Genesis Evangelion. Lol. What? Val, I think you need more trauma babies. More drama lemmas. There are so many. Ava's got Asuka. You'd really like Asuka. Ignore my pronunciation of her name. I'm not good at it. Aging myself really badly, lol. No, it's okay. We've been over this. I got fished up sometime when the English Empire was still a thing. Much time before your animes. I like anime though. It's good. It's fun. You can tell whatever your stories you want.
Please take a look at the map.
The murder happened late Christmas Eve around midnight. There was one boat in the very middle of the lake. There were 2 men on the boat. Now there happened to be a woman camping here at the edge of the lake. At 12:10 a.m. she heard 2 pistol shots. Then the boat started to move. I went toward the boat rental shop.
Testify to the court about your arrest. Now.
Wait! Mr. Von Karma!
Yes.
Actually, I'm the one who's supposed to be handling these proceedings.
Wrong. There's only one thing you need to do here. You will slam down your gavel and say the word guilty. That is your role.
Yes, of course, you're quite right.
No, he's not! Vampire Hunter D! Val, you would like Asuka because, here's the thing about Asuka. She wants to help. She wants to do a good job. She wants to prove that she is totally capable, you guys! She knows what she's doing and she could be really good at this. The thing that sums up Asuka versus, what's her face? Oh no. Oh no, come on! I can't see her in my mind. Ray! Yes! Yes, that's her!
Listen, I keep trying to call her a spoiler name.
Welcome in, Lizard Wizard! Ray's great. No spoilers. For like a 20-year-old series. As you do. The thing that really sums up the difference between Asuka and Rei is there is a sequence where Shinji and Asuka are practicing because they have to do something completely in sync. And so they're doing like a DDR practice session. And Asuka has been trying really, really hard. And she gets mad. She's like, nobody can do this. This is the hardest thing. Then Rei just comes over and it's like, all right, get in there. And they both do it perfectly instantly. Shinji and Rei just instantly. Val was on Twitch first, I'm afraid. Val's actually the mod over on Twitch. They would never betray me. Never seen them on YouTube before a day in my life. Would never happen.
Never happen.
Nah, it's okay. I know they have an alt account over on YouTube. Maybe someday they'll have mod permissions there, but I don't know. It is a mystery. That's a lot to look after. Oh? Alright, we were busy.
A man called into the station around 30 minutes after midnight. We headed to the scene of the crime as fast as we could.
Well, you're going Russian there a bit. Oh yeah, sometimes I do that. I have a lot of fun accents that I give to people. Like Gregor. We were playing Fire Emblem Awakening, and you see,
Gregor is mercenary. He's man who says things like, Gregor is, oh, who want more Gregor? And Gregor is no run of the miller,
etc. So we've got to be a little bit Russian sometimes. Everybody's a little bit vaguely Eastern European with the TV accent. The whole time!
That's where we found Mr. Edgeworth. Now, I didn't suspect him of anything at all, but the next morning a body was found in the lake. So we had to arrest Mr. Edgeworth.
I see. Very well.
Begin your cross-examination, attorney. Now. The poor judge! The poor judge!
Oh. Oh, the poor judge. All right. We've had our fun teleporting between different places, different lands. I'm sure. Okay.
It's not technically anime. Exactly. It's not technically anime exactly. But Cyber 6. Cyber 6 was amazing! 10 out of 10 series. I wish it had gone on longer. A man called into the station around 30 minutes after midnight. Oh yeah. Von Karma is really particular. So we have to be careful with him. Fear can back me up.
Yeah, I can back you right back up to Twitch. Get back here. Come back to the purple place. It's full of things that you like purple.
I know you never left. I never left. Woo!
Alright. I have to try to remember the exact statement I'm supposed to press on, because we can't just press on everything. Not with Von Karma. He gets all upset. I think it's the 5th one. Yeah, I think it's here. Did you find any clues on the body? A single bullet was recovered from the body. He was shot through the heart. Fatally.
Judge, here's the bullet. It didn't strike bones, so its shape is well preserved.
That is not how bullets work, friend. Bullets striking anything are not going to have a well-preserved shape. Bullets don't do that. I don't think you guys understand how bullets work. It's really frustrating, especially if you've only just switched over from crossbows, and you're like, bang, and then you expect to be able to eat the delicious deer, and then somebody's like, oh, you have to look out for bullet fragments. And you didn't hit any deer bone. Oh, it's so frustrating. And anyway, Von Karma doesn't know how bullets work. Did you know? But for the sake of the game, it's important that this bullet is very well preserved. Despite bullets don't work like that. If you're wondering how a little blue octopus could work a hunting rifle, the answer is it's very small. Very small rifle. If you have to choose 3 superpowers, what would you choose? Shape-shifting. I would choose shape-shifting immediately. And if I get 3, I would choose shape-shifting, telepathy, shape-shifting, telepathy, and maybe force that thing where you compel people to tell the truth. People call that all sorts of different things, but I like it. It'd be great. But definitely shape-shifting, first and foremost. I don't need control. I would choose omniscience, shape-shifting, and some sort of power that would give me control over the actions of others. That's fair. I don't need those things. I'm cute. I don't need people to necessarily do the things. Imagine how easy school would be if I was omniscient. I don't want to be omniscient. That reminds me of Omniscient Reader's Perspective. Oh boy. That's a thing. It's a series that Mint really likes. Val, I think you'd really like it too. It wasn't for me, but I think you'd like it a lot. Very silly.
It didn't strike bones, so its shape is well preserved.
Very well. The court accepts this bullet into evidence.
Pistol bullet!
So we had to arrest Mr. Edgeworth.
Did you? Well, why is that?
Well, we found the murder weapon in the boat.
The murder weapon?
A pistol. Oh, Detective Gumshoe, that is a vital piece of information. Please revise your testimony.
Right. Sorry, Your Honor. The murder weapon we found in the boat was decisive evidence. What about the pistol made it decisive evidence? He has the same evil laugh as Edgeworth. Oh, there were fingerprints on the pistol found in the boat. They were clear prints from Mr. Edgeworth's right hand. What?
Order! Order! So Mr. Edgeworth's fingerprints were found on the murder weapon.
Yes, Your Honor. Judge, this is the weapon in question.
Accepted into evidence.
Man, this guy just badgers his way through. Members of the court, we now have the pistol used in the murder and the bullet found in the body. Detective!
Yes, sir.
Was the bullet found in the body fired from this pistol? Yes. The ballistic markings on the bullet match the pistol. Hey, Nick! What does he mean, ballistic markings? Most people ask me the same, considering how I've held most types of guns, even though I'm just a blue-crested lizard. And don't ask how I can move my tiny claws across the keyboard at the speed that I do. Yeah, chat's seen me. Well, folks in the Discord have seen how I sit on my controller. I have a lot of buttons to press, and I have to press them very fast. I am so small. There's a reason I like to play on the Joy-Cons, and it's because all the buttons are closer together and I can reach them all then. But playing on the Pro Controller means I have to wiggle. You're good at it, though. Aw. Thanks, Twitch chat. I do my best. There's a lot of wiggling to do. Oh, it's very hard. Shocking. To imagine someone here does not know something as basic as ballistic markings. Nick, he's glaring at me. Very well, I'll explain. Actually, Judge, you do it.
Me? Him? Ballistic markings are like the fingerprints of a gun. The barrel leaves distinctive markings on each bullet it fires. You can examine these ballistic fingerprints to see which gun fired the shot. It's quite accurate.
Indeed. This leads to one inevitable conclusion. The bullet found in the victim's heart was, without a doubt, fired from this pistol. The pistol which, as you may recall, was covered with the defendant's own fingerprints.
Order! Order!
I would recommend a decent gun cleaner. I prefer Hops number 9 bore solvent. Fair enough. Fier. You insulted Mia? Fier, give me the gun. Give me the gun! Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, they both reached for the gun, the gun, the gun, the gun, oh yes, they both reached for the gun, I know that's been going around, but I really like the press conference rag. It makes me happy. Not the least of which is because we didn't have enough boys in my class. So I got to play Billy in our production of Chicago. And it was so good! I learned the thing where you roll the hat down your arm and then you put it on your head. It was real good. Works so good because I got 8 arms, you see. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. It was so much fun. Oh, I love doing that. All I care about is love is an amazing tune to just do. But I'm here for press conference reg because it's a lot of fun. Our Roxy was really good about like just being puppeted. She was great. 10 out of 10. She also had the best line delivery I've heard from, like, we were all in schools, but she had some of the best line delivery I've heard for, there's a part of press conference reg where they're asking questions, right? And it's like, and one of them goes, "Are you sorry? Are you kidding?" And she responds in her own voice. It's so good. And she was so good at that. And I loved it. It was a delight. Perfect line. Anyway. Back to this. I was so distracted so easily by all of you. Ballistic marks can be changed with the silencer. This is true. In that case, you know the silencer was responsible, but you may not necessarily know that the gun was.
Order! Order!
This is bad. This makes it look like Edgeworth did it.
Well, Judge, I'd say it's almost decisive, yes. Honestly, I could declare a verdict at this point. However, you wish to hear the witness speak, no doubt. Very well. I am somewhat fatigued, and so I will take a brief break. I will call my witness after the recess, which will last 10 minutes. Judge! Yes? What are you doing? A 10-minute recess. Now! But wait, Just bang your flimsy gavel and get on with it, man! Yes. This court will take a 10-minute recess.
Who's running this court anyway? Poor Phoenix. I know. Von Karma gets by on these things. Edgeworth, what's going on here? Your fingerprints were on the murder weapon. And that foggy photo makes one thing clear. The only one who could have shot that man was the person in this photo. True. Was that you in the boat? Yes, it was me. What? But you must believe me. I didn't shoot him. Then who did? I don't know. You don't know? Weren't you right there? I heard a gunshot from very close by. Then the other man fell from the boat. I can't say why, but I thought at the time that he had shot himself. You mean it was a suicide? That's the only explanation I can come up with. Huh. How am I going to convince anyone of that? Say, Mia? Huh? Well, what? Any progress with Mia? Oh, sorry. It's no good. I know. I'm no good for anything, am I, Nick? If I can't call my sister, I might as well not be here, right? No, I need you here. No, of course not. I need you here. I can see you're always trying to help out. Even if you don't actually help, it's the thought that counts, right? That's okay, Nick. You don't have to make me feel better. I don't know anything about trials or defense. What's more, I'm a spirit medium who can't even contact spirits. Everyone has their off days. I mean, I've just been getting lucky lately. But you never know when my luck's going to run out. Really? Whoa, right. Don't jinx this case any worse than it already is. It's bad for my heart. Oh! Sorry. Oops. Are we gonna get... No, we're not gonna get... She's a good baby. I do love the keyboard smash. We're feeling feelings today. It's a case with Edgeworth in it. We love him. I love him. He's precious. He's precious to me. He and Phoenix are precious to me. Okay. You might be easily distracted because of ADHD. Oh, I'm not neurotypical, but that's not the flavor of neuroatypical that I am.
Court is back in session.
I got 3 brains, you see, so it's easy to be distracted when you got 3 3 hearts, 9 brains. Off for gore. Staff told me, but like, who looks inside their own body to be like, how many of these have I got? Nobody. Well, maybe that one guy in Antarctica who did surgery on himself. Maybe that guy. That guy specifically. But, like, nobody else. Auto surgery is hard. Yeah, most of you have one brain and one heart. Unless you're a Time Lord, in which case you have 2 hearts. 2 hearts and questionable amount of brain. Aw, you don't have to do that. Save some for you. I hear humans need their hearts to live. Heart. You've only got one. Oh no. But for gore. Fabius Bile and 40k? Okay, maybe that guy too. Maybe that guy too.
Court is back in session. Mr. Von Karma, call your witness. Yes. Will Miss Lotta Hart take the stand?
A true Whovian, and that's just fantastic. It's true. I started with Doctor Who off of recorded episodes from when I was very little because my uncle really liked science fiction, and I also really liked science fiction. So I had an uncle and a cousin, both from opposite sides of the family, who got along really well over science fiction things, and I was only little, but I got excited about it too. So the first Doctor I remember seeing was 6, and then I got shown a lot of 4 and 5. I also got to see Planet of the Apes on VHS, and I also got to see, goodness. I also got to see a lot of old things. Oh, Star Wars on VHS as well, and a couple of the Star Trek movies. I definitely remember, deep in my soul, Khan! You've never seen any of Doctor Who? Val, if you've never seen any of Doctor Who, I highly suggest the 9th Doctor's run. Christopher Eccleston does an excellent job, and that is the first part of the modern series. I didn't care for the modern series as well. Oh, don't worry about how many Doctors there are. Treat each Doctor as a separate series onto itself. Because every time the Doctor changes, it becomes kind of a different series. So, like, the first Doctor was an old man with 2 kids, and they went on adventures, and it was an adventure story. The second Doctor was just a little guy, little round guy. And it was kind of a bit more comedic, I suppose. The third Doctor I don't remember very well. I'm having real hard time thinking of what he looked like. I don't remember a lot of his run. The 4th Doctor is the one with the big scarf and jelly babies, which he solves 90% of his problems with. The 5th Doctor is the first Doctor where people start to complain because they're like, ugh, this started the trend of the Doctor having to be pretty. He doesn't have to be pretty. But I liked him. He was good. The 6th Doctor is very angry. He is not okay. He is not a well man. And then the 7th Doctor is... I don't know how to explain the 7th Doctor. He's not as angry necessarily as 6, but he's not as fun as the others. And the 8th Doctor is just weird. He is weird. Really esoteric. Hey, Surgeon is still a doctor. And Blorbos from my brain are great. Anyway, then the 9th Doctor rolls up and Christopher Eccleston did an amazing job. The 10th Doctor is David Tennant. That series was different, but I still kind of liked it, I guess. He did a good job. I didn't care for 11. I wish I did. And I didn't see much of the rest after that. Matt Smith is the 11th Doctor, and he just really looked like... He really looked like... I described it to one of my friends at the time as, yeah, I don't really want to watch that episode. Why? It just weirds me out. Why? Because he looks like he's, like, wearing a David Tennant Halloween costume, but he's not doing a very good job. And it doesn't quite fit right. So... For me, I tend to throw up stomach acid if not something that my species does. However, it's something that I do, and apparently it's a 1 in a million chance. Neat! That's a cool thing for a lizard to do. Oh no, not real shotguns. We used a gun to make Swiss cheese once in Sam and Max. That was fun. Ooh, House. Gregory House is great. The weirdest thing about Gregory House is that he actually listens to his patients. That's the weird thing. The unrealistic thing. Anyway, back to the thing.
Lot of heart. You are a research student at a university?
That I am.
Good. Begin by telling us what you saw the night of the incident. And don't add anything trivial or subjective. Understand?
Y'all need to learn some manners.
Understand?
Yeah, I understand.
Very well. Your testimony, please.
A lot of heart and Mark Hart, are they related? No, but Mark does have a very romance novel name. I mean, he's a sure shot with the name Mark Hart. It's hilarious. I don't really care for Tennant and Doctor Who, but I really like him in Casanova. Fair enough. We all have the places we like people. I like David Duchovny in X-Files, but... Oh, what's the other show he was in at the time? Something California. I never remember. Whatever. I like him in things like the X-Files and stuff. I feel bad for Mark. He deserves better. Hey, he's getting better. He'll get better. Don't you worry. I'll tell you about it later, since you've actually read the thing. I'll tell you about it later. Because I know how his whole life plays out. Him and Callahan both. Remind me later when we're doing Human Story and I'll tell you.
Very well. Your testimony, please.
Oh boy. It was Christmas Eve. Just after midnight, I reckon. I was in my car. I heard this bang come up from the lake. When I looked out the window, I saw two gents in a boat. Then there was another bang. There wasn't nary a thing on the lake but that boat. I don't know if I believe that.
Enough.
Huh?
Judge. She happened to take a photo of the incident. This is that photo. Accept it as evidence. Well, this is a surprise. This looks like the very moment of the murder.
I've never seen Torchwood or Broadchurch, but a lot of actors came from Doctor Who. Yeah, Torchwood is a spin-off of Doctor Who, so that makes sense. Because, like, straight up, Jack Harkness is in Torchwood with his boyfriend, Diago. Oops.
Order! I will remove you from the court if I do not have order immediately.
I've also never seen either of them. I just know that Torchwood is a spin-off and people were really excited about it once upon a time. On account of I'm on Tumblr regularly. You know, you learn things on Tumblr. You get tumbled to stuff. I don't know Broadchurch. Don't know what it's about.
As the witness testified, she looked at the lake when she heard the shot. There were no other boats on the lake. So, the man in the boat with the victim must have been the one who shot him. Yes, it was the defendant, Miles Edgeworth. I love Lotta's hands on her hips.
Order! 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 I will have order!
Well, Judge?
The evidence is decisive. I have very little doubt about this case. Very well, this court finds the defendant.
Well, wait, Your Honor! I haven't cross-examined the witness yet. A cross-examination? We have the photographic proof. What question can there possibly be? This photo is worth 1,000 words, and they all read guilty. You lose. Or, do you claim to have found a contradiction in her testimony? Very well. If you have to, you may cross-examine the witness. You will only flounder and ask meaningless questions. You will fail to find anything. And then I will have you held in contempt of court.
Nick? Contempt?
Contempt of court, you know.
I guess I understand. Well, what are you gonna do? Do you really think there was a contradiction with the facts of her testimony?
I mean... there must be. There's gotta be something.
I think I noticed one little thing. Wow, I'm impressed, Nick. I didn't notice anything. Right, let's take him on. Yeah. I got a bad feeling about this. Whew.
Okay. I remember this part. It's really frustrating. I understand. I will cross-examine the witness. Very well.
I pray for your sake this isn't a waste of time.
Oh boy. Just after midnight, you say? In other words, it was no longer Christmas Eve, but Christmas Day!
Huh?
Yeah, well, yes.
Oh, I was right to give him a super deep voice! That's his voice! That is his heckin' voice! Oh, no! Fair, I feel like I've asked this before, but if you were a mythical creature, what would you be? Kraken! No, I wouldn't be a kraken. I'm already an octopus. No, that would just be a bigger octopus. That's silly. It's like humans being like, I would be a bigger human. What would you even call that? Some kind of like tall human. Like some kind of like big, yeah, a giant human. Why would that be a thing? That's silly. Unleash the Quacken. The Quacken would have a duck beak. Oh, I should show you guys Tequackle someday. I don't know if I still have the sketchbook I drew it in, but it's Tequaddle with a duck head, a big duck head. I loved it. For those of you that don't know Tequaddle, Tequaddle is a boss in Guild Wars 2. It is a world boss that I like doing a lot, and I really liked doing it a lot then. I still haven't gotten a Tequaddle's Horde. Mint's gotten like 3. Like 2 or 3. I don't remember how many, but more than 1. And that's just so sad. He went to Tequaddle like twice and got one immediately, and we were like, excuse me? Even Huji was like, hello? I have been here every day. Every set to get one of these, and you're just rolling in like do-do-do-do-do. I'll take you to Quackle at some point.
It's a timing thing, though. I gotta make sure to Quackle is at reset, and then every 3 hours after, because it's one of the hard bosses. Or maybe it's 2 hours.
I know you want to find contradictions, but really? I hope your next contradiction is a little more relevant to the trial. Witness, continue your testimony.
We are actually trying to get, we are actually trying to get thrown out here, if I remember correctly. Why were you camping there anyway? I'm a research student at my university. I was taking pictures to use in my research. What research? This all sounds suspicious. Ms. Hart, could you be more specific about your research? All the voices in my head are telling me to slap himself. Oh no, don't do that. Maybe just found karma. Yeah, it'd be like an hour or so after stream, I think. Every 3 app? Yep. Yeah, so at 1 a.m. I think is the next time it shows up. For me, anyway. We could make it work, hypothetically. We'll go to Sparkfly Fen.
Could you be more specific about your research?
He's a grumbly voiced man. I can't do the grumbly voice very good.
Wow. Wow. Oh, it would be 3 a.m. my time. You're right! I don't know how time works. Listen, time is an ephemeral construct made by people to help them understand the things around them. It's based on all sorts of cool things. Like the movement of the sun and the earth, and train schedules. Fun fact, seconds and things are train schedules. I can't remember exactly why there's 60 seconds, but reasons.
What does the witness's motive in camping by the lake have to do with this case? The answer is nothing! I object to this line of questioning. Objection sustained!
Wait now, I'm the one who says that.
Well then say it already!
Objection sustained.
Thanks for nothing, Your Honor.
I heard this bang come up from the lake.
Well, that's the part I care about. So you weren't looking at the lake at the time?
Nope. I looked after I heard that noise.
She said that already. I asked you to find contradictions, not leisurely chat with the witness.
Oh, Val, don't you worry. Von Karma's gonna get what he deserves. Just gonna take us a little bit of time.
When I looked out through the window, I saw 2 gents in a boat.
Oh, Val, don't you worry.
Could you clearly see the 2 men? Oh, just look at that picture. Clear enough for you?
Uh-oh. Press further.
Wait a second. I wasn't asking you about the photo. I was asking if you saw the 2 men. Yeah, well, of course.
The witness has testified that she saw them. There's also a photo. You'd best look elsewhere for your precious contradictions. He jumped in quick. He's hiding something.
Then there was another bang.
Were you watching the very moment the shot rang out?
Well, yeah, sure.
You're asking meaningless questions. Meaningless! Contradictions, Mr. Wright. Not meaningless babble.
Von Karma, I think I hate you. Thanks, Phoenix! He's trying to keep me from talking to the witness. To what end?
There wasn't nary a thing on the lake but that boat.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, sure as a country gal can be.
That sounds pretty sure.
Press further. How come you're so sure?
Well, heck, I scanned the whole lake.
Scanned the whole lake.
Ooh, this is gonna get good! I know where we are now! Yeah! She's out here looking for Gordy. Alright. We hydrate as chat demands. No, get your food. Get your food fast. Get your food fast. I gotta do a body break. And a big stretch. Big stretch. Okay, what will we do? Oh yeah, obliques. Oh, gotta do some obliques. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Sure would be nice if I had obliques. What? Wiggle, yeah. Okay.
It almost sounds like she was more interested in the lake than the boat. Miss Hart, you...
Mr. Wright, the witness has answered the question in full. No need for further questions. Objection sustained.
That's what I'm...
Sustained!
Yes, of course.
Oh, great.
Nah, you didn't miss too much.
Enough! I think we've heard all we need to hear, Mr. Wright. It seems you are unable to find a contradiction in the testimony worth noting.
But Your Honor...
You keep your promise.
Mr. Wright, I'm afraid that I will have to penalize any further outbursts by holding you in contempt of court.
And if that happens, you'll have to leave the courtroom immediately. Understood?
Uh-huh.
Nick! Lotta's testimony is fishy, Nick. Real fishy.
I know what you mean. But if I can't say anything, what can I do? I believe we've covered the evidence sufficiently to make a decision.
Then pass your judgment.
Very well. Mr. Miles Edgeworth, please take the stand. Who was that?
It was me!
Maya? Is something wrong? Do you need to use the facilities?
No, I do not! Lotta Hart! Your testimony stinks! It's unclear whether you were actually looking at the lake. It's highly doubtful that you actually saw Mr. Edgeworth. Tell us the truth! This is a matter of life or death! Lotta! Did you really clearly see Mr. Edgeworth that night? Did you see him fire that pistol?
You will stand down. The court does not acknowledge the defense's outburst.
Answer me, Lotta! What's the big idea, treating me like I'm some kind of criminal? I saw him, I swear it, I saw Edgeworth.
Enough! Judge! Declare the defense in contempt of court.
Yes, of course. I'm sorry, but you were warned. Guard, escort Mr. Wright out of the courtroom. He is in contempt of court and must leave. No!
Wait! I was the one who made the outburst, Your Honor. Nick is innocent.
Ah! What's the difference? All that remains is for the guilty verdict to be declared. Isn't that right, Mr. Phoenix Wright?
Wrong! Wrong!
What?
Did you hear what Miss Hart just said? She said she clearly saw Mr. Edgeworth. That was not in the testimony. That changes her testimony, and I have a right to cross-examine her again.
Oh, don't worry. We'll get what's coming to him.
Order!
You're in contempt of court. It's too late for wild claims. Judge, sustain my objection.
I'm sorry, Mr. Von Karma, but I cannot.
What? Miss Lotta Hart has made a new testimony. The defense does have a right to cross-examine her again.
But he's in contempt of court!
No, I am! If you're gonna arrest someone, arrest me!
Very well. Maya Fey, you will leave the courtroom immediately.
Nick! I did what I could. You have to do the rest. Good luck.
Maya.
Yeah! The judge standing up for himself. It's a miracle. It's a miracle. Yeah. This is the scheme. Welcome to Phoenix Wright. I'm glad you're having fun. We haven't even cross-examined the best witness yet. I'll tell you when we do.
I care not for this melodrama. Listen well, Mr. Wright. I do not tolerate badgering of my witnesses.
I'm running out of time. I'd better find a contradiction in her here or else.
Mr. Wright, begin your cross-examination.
Yeah, we can't press the statement. We are in trouble.
I saw it clear as day. That man on the boat was Miss Edgeworth. Clear as day. And a foggy photo at night. Got you. Got you, Miss Hart. Finally. What? You got what?
Look at this photograph.
Look at this photograph. Every time and it makes me laugh.
Although part of me goes,
look at this graph.
because I like that meme.
The photo I took?
The very same.
There's something I want you to see in this photo. It's quite clearly visible.
The fog, Miss Hart.
So? This picture was taken with professional high-quality film, correct? Yet even it could not capture the faces of the men on the boat. Yet you claim you saw Mr. Edgeworth. How? What?
Mr. Wright has a point.
That's why I told her not to say that in her testimony, please. Yet now she has said it, Mr. Von Karma. How could you possibly see Mr. Edgeworth? Explain yourself.
Ms. Hart.
What?
Could you see the defendant that night?
Of course. I said I could, and I meant I could.
Then please testify as to the circumstances of your sighting.
I did it! I finally found a hole in Von Karma's carefully vague testimony. How Edgeworth was seen. Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, they both reached for the gun, the gun, the gun, the gun. Oh yes, they both reached for the gun, for the gun. Well, I should sleep. I have to get up early for work tomorrow. I'll try to be a part of more lives. Alright! Thanks for coming by! I do lives every day, so you'll have plenty of time. This week they're all going to be late like this one. But depending on when I have to be, like, adorable and working, like staff wants me to, depending on my work schedule. Sometimes they're a little bit earlier. Usually a couple of hours earlier. Right around 9 Atlantic, which is 8 Eastern? Yeah, 8 Eastern, 7 Central, and so on and so forth. I do love the press conference rag. What are the other ones? Gosh, there were such good ones.
I don't care about expensive things. Cashmere coats, diamond rings don't mean a thing. All I care about is love. That's what I'm here for.
Oh, I miss doing that. I don't even know All I Care About Is Love anymore very well. I know you care about expensive things. Val, I will say that All I Care About Is Love is punctuated by me saying those words, but holding up my hand with a diamond ring on it and putting on a coat that is intended to be cashmere. That is what this is punctuated by. It's really funny. Like, literally, it's just words. The other. New Money's great. Oh, you know what's... Though, I will say, there is a song in The Corpse Bride that I liked better. That also has that vibe to it. The opening number in Corpse Bride is good. Though I have complicated feelings on Corpse Bride itself, because I know the story that it's based on. And it's... it's weird. Yeah, it is. Anyway, how Edgeworth was seen.
You're right, it was cold. It was a cold night and the fog was thick as grits. So once I finished setting up my camera, I got back in the car. Still, I brought my binoculars with me. When I heard that noise out on the lake, I looked with my binoculars. See? No problem. Binoculars don't cut fog. They just magnify it. I'm on Eastern Standard, so I'll probably catch a lot more. Normally play my console at night, listening to your voice and normal chatter is soothing.
Aw, I'm glad. Good. That's why we make a positive environment around here.
You used binoculars. Very well, you may begin your cross-examination, Mr. Wright. This one better be good. Okay. We're still gonna have to be careful. I can't remember if we can still be held in contempt. I think it's this one. Yeah, I think it's this one. Binoculars? Yeah, binoculars. Yesterday you mentioned you were out looking for shooting stars, correct? Well, yeah. Wouldn't you need a telescope, not binoculars for that? You sure would. I've got doubts about your camera, too. Was that really to take pictures of meteor showers? The camera is irrelevant to this case. You can't say that for certain. Mr. Wright, is the camera really relevant to this case?
Yeah, it is.
If you believe it is, you may continue with this line of questioning. But know this! If you find nothing with this, there will be consequences. Well, Mr. Wright. Do you wish to press further about the camera?
Yes.
Time to make it or break it time. The camera is of utmost importance, Your Honor. It is, perhaps, the key to this entire case. Therefore, I will continue my line of questioning. Wow, maybe I went a little overboard there. The judge knowing nothing. Wow.
Fier, would you defend me if I got accused of some kind of crime? Yes, but I would also probably find you a good lawyer, too. I feel like a good lawyer is going to be better at defending you in court than a 4-centimeter tall blue octopus who is not licensed to practice law. If I were licensed to practice law, I would be a lot better at practicing it, I bet. But you can't practice law without a license, or else you get into trouble. It's like driving, but different.
Well, you see, Your Honor, my client is a nice person. They wouldn't do that. But what about all the times that they said that they were going to get the metal pipe so that they could beat someone to death with it?
Oh, those were just silly jokes. For legal reasons, they were jokes. Boom, slam dunk. We did it. Besides, they don't even own a metal pipe. Not like me. I have lots of metal pipes. They're in the aquarium and they keep the fish fed. Wait, the water fed. The water in the fish tanks. Bad at this. And besides, I'm the one with the cool telescoping baton. It's like a lightsaber, but it'll hurt ya. I do own a metal pipe? Oh no. Oh no, I am having flashbacks. I own a wee baby Sheiky Bee. She's got knives in her feet. We love knives in the feet. I also love brain knives. Knives for your brain. Ow. Who's Fred Casely? My ex-boyfriend. Why'd you shoot him? I was leaving. Sorry, I love the press conference drag.
Very well. Ms. Hart, you will testify to the court about the camera.
Yeah, I hear ya. The camera was set up to take pictures of the media shower. Why?
How?
I mean, shooting stars are great, but they don't usually, like, physically land. Okay, let's say that we have a camera and we're setting up to take pictures of shooting stars. Why would we set it to respond to loud noises? What is going to be loud about a shooting star? Like, dot 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 dot. Let's see what Lotta thinks. This has been bugging me for ages. You were photographing shooting stars? That's a lie!
Why, Helen, is that a lie?
Says who? I saw the camera you set up yesterday. It was pointed directly at the lake. You have to point a camera upwards to take photos of shootings of the stars, Miss Hart. Ooh! I'm getting confused on real life Phoenix and me and game Phoenix.
Oh no! Good thing I call him Mr. Right regularly.
Oh, Mr. Wright, what are you driving at?
The witness was not at the lake to photograph shooting stars, Your Honor.
Well, then what exactly was she photographing?
I know what she was photographing. She was photographing Gordy.
Your Honor, take a look at this.
Take a look at this. What was Miss Hart trying to photograph at the lake? Gordy. Miss Hart, this is what you were trying to photograph.
What's this? A newspaper article?
Your Honor, my client is a support. They wouldn't hurt a fly. Well, how do you explain all these burn stacks that the enemy is suffering? And furthermore, how do you explain 18 baby lava elementals following you everywhere? Maybe your client wouldn't, but these little guys, they definitely would. They would do 1,000 damage every time. And apply burning. And then all your little lava elementals are like... They didn't cause the damage directly. Yeah.
What's this? A newspaper article? Gordy? Ah, the sighting at Gourd Lake.
Well, Miss Hart, I never heard of no lake monster. You got proof or something? Let's see you prove that I was down at that lake trying to photograph this Gordy. I have proof. I have it. Proof.
Intriguing. Well, let's see it. And no joking around this time, please. Here is proof that the witness was trying to photograph Gordy, the lake monster.
It's literally her camera again. It's set up to listen for loud noises. The proof, Miss Hart, is your own camera. Your camera was set to take photos in response to loud noises, correct? Thus, this photograph here, taken when the gun was fired on the lake. And here, this article about Gordy. According to this article, Gordy made a loud noise when it emerged. Well, you were trying to photograph Gordy, weren't you? That's why you had set your camera to respond to loud noises.
Order! Order! I see. I too thought it was a little strange.
Yeah, sure. Well, Miss Hart, you were camping there to try and take a photo of Gordy, weren't you?
Yeah.
Not bad. Oh, you Lois, that smart? So smart, boy. I was down there trying to photograph Gordy. You got me. So what? Huh? That don't change what I saw, does it? Exactly. What you just used several precious minutes of our time to prove is nothing more than that the witness is an idiot who thinks monsters exist. But hey! But as she so succinctly said, so what? It changes nothing. Not true. You were hiding the whole thing about Gordy for some reason. I know it. But what could it have been? Whatever it is, I'm getting to the bottom of this.
Miss Hart, why did you hide the fact that you were searching for Gordy from the court? Please revise your testimony.
Aww.
Right, fine, I'll testify. It won't change nothing, though.
Something will change. It has to. And I'm going to spot it. That sprite is me when I'm pouty. Adorbs. Lotta Heart's great. She's very sweet. She's a little misguided, but she got the spirit. Not that spirit though. That's Maya's job. She got heart, as you might have guessed. Yum, 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 yum. Got a munch. But does she have a certain husband? I don't think so. Hey, Mark doesn't yet at the point you're reading. Well, they're engaged. Definitely on purpose. Definitely 100% on purpose. Definitely. They'll get married eventually. They do. They do get married eventually. I will tell you about it. It's great. I am actually going to write that part out eventually, too. I've written bits and bobs of the story around it. A wedding! A wedding! There's going to be a wedding! Also from the Corpse Bride. Sorry, I've been thinking about it a lot lately.
Actually, I'm not a research student at a university. I'm an investigative photographer. Imagine what a scoop it'd be if I got a picture of that monster. That's why I was camping out by the lake. But that's all I was hiding. When I heard the bang, I looked right straight out at that lake. There wasn't much else to look at, so I just watched the boat the whole time. Ow! Then I saw a flash near one of the men's hands, and I heard another gunshot. I was looking right at the boat the whole time,
Cross my heart and hope to fry.
I bonked the aquarium while got a little excited. It's okay. I'm gonna watch something else, then come back. Have fun!
Well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
The witness's testimony is unchanged from before. Whether she is a research student or a photographer has no bearing on this case.
That's not true.
There's no need to waste more of our time with another pointless cross-examination. I claim the defense's right to cross-examine the witness, Your Honor. Von Karma's up to something, I know it. He doesn't want me to cross-examine her because why? Was there a contradiction? There was!
Very well, you may begin the cross-examination. You seem sure of yourself. You must have something in mind.
Ha! That would be a first.
Very funny.
You understand that this is your last chance at cross-examination, Mr. Wright. If there's no problem with the testimony this time, we will let the witness leave. I will announce my verdict at that time, Mr. Wright. Understood?
Yes, Your Honor.
I can't wait for my creative writing class. Do you think I'm going to do wellish in it? Yeah! Not only that, but you've got Momo and me to help you out if you want. And I went to school for English. I had to. I'm an octopus. You can imagine how well an octopus speaks English.
The teacher won't know.
I mean, she will. Or he will. Or they will. Or whatever neo-pronouns. But, like, of course we'll help you out. That's just how people are. We'll help you with your homework if you need it. It just so happens that English Lit is one of my things.
She can complain about it all she wants.
Well, like, I thought, don't parents help people, help their kids with their homework if they have time usually, or at least try? My parents did that. It didn't always work out, but they did do that.
I'm gonna need so much help for Spanish.
When you're learning Spanish, tell us about it. I'll come learn Spanish with you. I'm not very good at it because I am in Canada and there are not a lot of Spanish speakers here, as you might have guessed. Why wouldn't they help? That's what they're there for. They did those classes last year. Ah, well, we'll help you. I like helping people with their homework. I went to school to do teaching. Oh, that'll happen sometimes. Ah, yeah, I got you. Oh, well. She's out of the house now, isn't she? Or is it the other one?
Actually, I'm not a research student at a university. I'm an investigative photographer. Imagine what a scoop it'd be if I got a picture of that monster. That's why I was camping out by the lake. But that's all I was hiding. When I heard the bang, I looked right straight out at that lake. There wasn't much else to look at, so I just watched that boat the whole time. I doubt that. I highly doubt that. Miss Hart, were you really looking at the boat? What's with you? Of course I was looking at it. It was the only thing out there. Any normal person would be looking at it.
That's true, but I don't think you're the most normal person here, ma'am.
Oh, I getcha. The squeaky wheel and all that. Yeah, dyslexia and learning disabilities will get that. Ooh, got hit with the, but you're so good at teaching yourself.
You can do it.
Yep. We've all been there. But don't worry. You've got people to help you anyway. We're cool. Toxic Positivity is a cool team. Even if I haven't touched Splatoon since Sunday. Cough, cough. We're a cool team. We'll help you out. Takes a village and all that. And the village is really big because there's the internet.
Oh dear precious Val watches videos about science and stuff all the time.
Bro, I'm autistic. Didn't you see the signs? I watched videos about science all the time, but that's because I was really excited about science fiction and the people around me were really excited about science fiction. So we watched a lot of stuff about real science, so that we could see things like how real science was developing and compare it to how science fiction science developed. My uncle was a big fan of Asimov, and Asimov was very rooted in reality. A lot of his robot fiction is very rooted in actual reality, and he was very good at sort of predicting, well, not really predicting, but like thinking about what certain technologies would mean. For instance, and like sometimes technologies mean really weird things. Oh, and I suppose I should say, as much as I hate with a deep-rooted, seething, takes up all three of my hearts to do it, feeling, and I rarely hate anybody. The guy responsible for writing Ender's Game did a really good job of predicting certain facets of society and the way that things would go and stuff. And, like, even things like tablets and the fact that mean people do better on social media. But at the same time, we hate that guy. Just trust me. Anyway. I once told my mom I think I might have autism, and she was like, nonsense, we've already got you tested. Well, it was the only thing out there. Any normal person would be looking at it.
I agree, any normal person would. But you are far from normal.
Oh, Phoenix, you weren't supposed to say the thing I said.
What?
Y'all want to step over here and say that?
You were camping at the lake to take a picture of Gordy. Think about it. What would you do if you heard a loud noise? You'd be scanning the lake for any sign of Gordy, that's what. You wouldn't give the boat a second thought. Order. Continue, Mr. Wright. You testified that you were watching the boat through binoculars. However, you wouldn't need binoculars to watch that boat. You needed them to search for Gordy, and that's what you were doing. Dot dot dots. It's the dot dot dots. Well, now that y'all mention it, I did sort of take my binoculars and kind of scan the lake a bit. I mean, Gordy might be out there and all. Miss Hart, are you saying you were not watching the boat then? Sorry, y'all. I wasn't fibbing, really. It was just, I thought, I could be a witness to murder and all. I kind of got excited. I was sure I was watching that boat, till now. This is totally uncalled for. But hey! You got the photograph, you got proof? Still, we can't see who is shooting who in this. Right. That's why I took this photo and... Witness! That's enough! You've had a long day. Shut your pie hole! Shut my what? What was she gonna say? She took that photo and what? Wait a second. She even had a photograph to prove it. But you really can't tell from this photo who's the shooting. That's why she said she's gonna enlarge the photo. She said it'll drop the quality a mite, but it should let us see who's who. She enlarged that photo. Why won't Phone Karma let her show it?
I've got a hunch. I bet that enlarged photo shows something bad for Von Karma. This is my chance. If I'm wrong, though, it'll mean prison for Edgeworth. Or worse. What should I do?
Oh.
Make her do it! Let's get it! Miss Hart, look at this photograph.
Look at this photograph.
You enlarged this photograph, did you not? Yeah, I did! Why has that enlargement not been presented to the court?
Because it does not exist.
What are y'all talking about? You were the one who told me not to show it in court in the first place. You old fool.
Whoa!
Spicy! Spicy indeed!
What's the meaning of this, Mr. Von Karma?
Ms. Hart, show the photo to the court. Show us the enlargement.
The prosecution objects to the submission of this evidence. Objection denied. The witness will show the enlargement to the court.
Here it is. That,
We still cannot see who is firing this. It could be the defendant, or maybe it's not. Regardless, I'll accept this as evidence.
Yes!
Happy now, Mr. Wright. There has to be something.
You asked for the enlargement, you got the enlargement.
And little good it has done any of us.
That's why I requested she not show it. I doubt that very much, sir.
I suppose this means that the cross-examination is over, obviously.
It isn't! It can't be! I know this one! I know this one! The enlargement! Okay, we can see which hand he's shooting with, which is the important thing. The fingerprints are from Edgeworth's right hand. Just remember that. Just remember that. It's important.
And none too soon. That was a flagrant waste of my time. Mr. Von Karma, do you have anything to add?
I stated everything I needed to when this trial began. Decisive evidence. A decisive witness. What else could possibly be required?
Nothing, of course. Then I believe it is time for me to declare my verdict.
Wait, it's not supposed to go like this. There has to be a clue in this photo somewhere. This is bad. Real bad. What should I do? Well, we'll inject with the enlargement, not to it. Your Honor, there is something decidedly strange with this enlargement.
What might that be?
Wrong hand!
Mr. Wright, you will show the court what you mean. What about this photo is strange?
Okay, here goes nothing. I'll show the judge what's strange about this photo. That's probably close enough. Here, Your Honor!
The shooter? I'm not sure I understand. What about the shooter is strange?
Look at the hand holding the pistol, Your Honor.
The hand?
That hand directly contradicts another piece of evidence. This man's left hand does... Oh, whoops.
This man's left hand does what?
Let me show you. I'll show you the evidence that the left hand contradicts. Should be the gun, I should think. Yeah, it's his right hand. The evidence is clear. The man in this photograph is holding that pistol in his left hand. However, the prints on the murder weapon were from Edgeworth's right hand. Ergo, the man shooting the pistol in his photograph is not Mr. Edgeworth. Guys, I can't believe while we were talking about things that I forgot about anime, that I forgot about Ghost in the Shell. The most 10 out of 10 thing I've seen. Ergo Proxy! Yes, that's what reminded me of it. It reminded me of Ergo Proxy, and then that reminded me of Ghost in the Shell, which is a much more straightforward detective noir, until it isn't. but it's still more detective noir at the end of the series than Ergo Proxy. We love Ergo Proxy. Ghost in the Shell is amazing. I even like the follow-up series, or more specifically, the follow-up series to the anime, I guess, is what I'm getting at. Standalone Complex. I also really liked Awaken. It's very different, but I still liked it. Oh, yeah, you're right. I'm thinking of Second Gig. Standalone Complex is the first anime series that, mattered. I'm probably thinking of Second Gig. It's like a direct sequel to Standalone Complex. Awaken was also very good, and it has more in common with Ergo Proxy, I find. Or at least the themes have more in common with it. But I like a lot of anime series that delve into that kind of thing, because Ghost in the Shell and Ergo Proxy and stuff like that, they have skipped the questions we're asking in American media. So story time. We will interrupt the dramatic moment for story time. So I was trying to explain Standalone Complex to somebody I was talking to who was promised me they were really into science fiction and stuff. What they mean when they say I'm really into science fiction was they really like the J.J. Abrams Star Trek. That is not the same flavor of science fiction that I'm interested in. Oopsie doodle. So their first question when I started describing Ghost in the Shell was wait, so is she a brain in a jar? And I'm like, what? So the main character, is she a brain in the jar? And I'm like, what? Why does that doesn't figure into this at any point. Well, why not? Is she people or not? And at that moment I was like, that is not a question that Ghost in the Shell is asking. The question is already settled of is she people or not. The answer is yeah. Unequivocally, yeah. The question Ghost in the Shell is asking is, how much of our humanity do we lose when we integrate so completely with technology, and at what point do we find that technology has become sort of a thinking thing on its own, like a human, like we would consider a human person, and what makes us consider a technology people? And that's the questions that Ghost in the Shell is interested in. It's not the same as being interested in, if you're a brain in a jar, are you really you anymore? That question is the ship of Theseus, honestly, but for people. Instead, Ghost in the Shell is asking the harder questions, and I like that about it. Yeah, I know, right? That's, yep. And I was like, wow, this is not the way I expected this conversation to go. That's not the point of the series. And anyway, then he kind of wrote me off as being a fake science fiction nerd. I know, right? J.J. Abrams shows up and is like, Star Trek has too much philosophy in it. I wanted to make an action series. And I'm like, you don't understand Star Trek at all. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. I think you did not see any of it, ever. I guess it's a paycheck, bud. I'm sure there's people that like it, and I'm glad that they like it, but I don't. I did not care for the new Star Treks. They could have been anything. You could have pasted anything in place of Star Trek characters and had a series. You could have called it anything else, and it would have just been a science fiction series. A kind of mid-action series. You could have replaced everybody in the J.J. Abrams Star Trek with Stargate characters, and you would have gotten the same result. And that's a problem, because SG-1 is very different than Star Trek. Anyways, 10 out of 10. Ghost in the Shell's amazing. Love it a lot.
Now that everyone in the courtroom is quieted down, I would like to reconvene this court of law. Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor?
You have given us definitive proof today. We now know that it was not Mr. Edgeworth who fired the pistol that night. However, this leaves us with a rather large problem. If Mr. Edgeworth didn't do it, then who shot our victim?
Precisely. As we have seen, there were no other people in the lake that night. But who but the defendant could have shot the victim?
Well, the victim himself could have shot him.
There's only one explanation remaining. The man who shot the victim was none other than the victim himself.
Nah, I had to tell my tale.
Order! Order! So, you are saying that the victim committed suicide?
Yes, Your Honor. I can think of no other explanation.
Indeed, that does seem to be the only remaining option.
I'm so very, very sorry, Mr. Wright. But suicide is out of the question.
What?
An examination of the victim's wounds reveal the distance at which he was shot.
The distance?
The victim was clearly shot from further than a meter away.
You can find that out by analyzing bird patterns and gunshot residue, usually.
A meter?
That's 3 feet.
That's true!
There's no way it could have been a suicide.
Oh, that's not entirely true. You can set up guns to automatically fire.
Order! Order! Mr. Von Karma, are you sure of the accuracy of your data?
Of course, I had already considered the possibility of suicide, you see.
Autopsy report updated in the court record. Updated autopsy report! I learned it from you! Oh, Ganon has come to snuggle! Oh, what I got bought! What I got cat!
I see. Very well, allow me to state my opinion. Considering the situation, the shooter had to be the defendant, Mr. Edgeworth. However, the prints on the gun revealed that the shooter was not Mr. Edgeworth. This is a conundrum. Therefore, I would like to suspend the proceedings for the trial for the day. The court orders the defense and the prosecution to further investigate this matter. Understood?
Yes, Your Honor.
That is all. The court is adjourned.
Von Karma usually gets his guilty verdict in the first 5 minutes, and you can see why. Sheik's now standing beside me, and I think she's mildly offended.
Yeah, that sounds like cats. Roxy's in here with me. You guys heard her earlier.
Tea and other hot drinks are so very warm, and I'm quite cold.
That's why they're comforting. Because it's like a warm hug, but in your belly. Makes you feel all warm and fuzzy. Roxy! Roxy! Chat says hi! She can't hear nothing about nothing. She's 17 and deaf. She doesn't know any sign language at all. Sometimes she just screams. Because she can't hear herself. Sometimes she goes to the fridge and she yells at it. I call this beseeching the Black Temple. Because she knows the canned food's in there. So she goes to the fridge and she beseeches the Black Temple for sustenance. She begs for succor. And then I make fun of her a little bit. Hugs are supposed to be warm most of the time. Yes, that's true. It's supposed to be warm?
You skipped reading the heating instructions.
This is supposed to be warm? Just, poor thing. He's a good boy. And yes, hugs are supposed to be warm most of the time. Like, generally speaking, they are supposed to make you feel kind of like, oh, I am comforted. Or, oh, I am loved. Here's what hugs are for. I do not care for hugs, because I am 4 centimeters tall, and I would get squashed. And also, I am very damp. I don't think anyone should be hugging me. I'm very damp. You would have to be the tiniest hug. Like, you would have to, like, hold me in your tiny hand, and then just kind of, like, use the fingers, like a thumb and a forefinger, and just like that can be your arms. But also, humans have all these bones in them, so it's weird. Like, I don't know how to explain. It's just weird. Bones. Guys move around funny.
They have now swapped places. Sheik's been ultra cuddly. I think she's very aware that there's something happening with all our stuff. Oh, babies. Yeah. Roxy ended up at the SPCA because she got found in a house. The people moved out, but she didn't. Poor baby. That's why I said she wasn't Maine Coon enough for her breeder, because the breeder took a bunch of other cats along. But not her! Puddin', on the other hand... I miss Puddin'. Puddin', on the other hand... was a good little pud. But she knew. She always knew when something was happening. And she got distressed by it so fast. Unfortunately, she had a problem where when she was distressed, she peed on so much. Everything. Anyway. She's just a little tortoiseshell. Oh, you'll get your watermelon game in a minute.
That is all. The court is adjourned.
Clonk. Yeah, we better finish this part up. There's a save point coming anyways.
Ooh, that was a close one. Hey. Don't you have anything to say? No. I have yet to be declared innocent, right? Well, yeah, but... what happened out there on the lake anyway? If he didn't commit suicide, then who... The shooter was about a meter away, too. What? Don't give me that look. I did not kill him. I was just kidding around. Look. I'm gonna go check on Maya. Oh. Right. What? Tell her something for me. What? Tell her to watch what she says in court. That's all. Yeah, I'm sure she'll be happy to hear you say that, Edgeworth. Jerk. Let's go! DL6, you're right! We just got the autopsy report! The updated autopsy report! I learned it from you! And I will give you FICREX for this. I requisitioned a transcript of Lada's entire testimony. I thought it might give me some ammunition for the trial tomorrow. Of course she didn't see the shooter, so the only part of her testimony that stood was the bang she heard. Woo. To be continued. Oh, I'm so excited! Val hasn't spoiled themselves! We've got another updated autopsy report! I've got to fulfill a watermelon game? Oh, that's okay! Sorry I couldn't arrive earlier. I had to use the good old social battery. We've all been there. Well, maybe not me. I'm incredibly extroverted, and my social battery recharges when I'm in the presence of other people. That's why I do this. One of the many reasons why I do this. Ba-dong. Pa-dum. Ooh. I'm also going to give you some of the AMVs. Wait, the kids don't call them AMVs anymore. I'm going to give you some animactics. Is that what the kids call them now? Oh. Yeah, we're just starting day 2. But, alas, I have to fulfill a watermelon game. We'll be back. We got very distracted because somebody asked me questions about anemone. Anemone. Anime. And then I got distracted talking about animes I like. Welcome in, the gamer kids. Oh, you can't see it. I gotta turn the TV on for you. Let me just put the switch
Let me just put the switch in the thing so that you guys can see it, because you can't see it if it's not in the thing. I did it!
I figured out this man has severe daddy issues.
He does. He has extremely severe daddy issues. His daddy issues... Tyler's right when he says that Edgeworth's daddy issues have daddy issues. They do. Anyway, we're probably not getting back to this, so we'll do... Well, I'll bring this up over here so that I can start looking for places to send yous while this is loading.
Crippling daddy issues, it's true.
Also a crippling fear of earthquakes. I will, for a treat, send you one of my favorite animactics. It is to the tune of I Hate Your Stupid Face. So I will send that. I will send that to you. Not all of the animation will make sense, but it is good. Where are we going tonight? We'll see where we're going tonight. It's a mystery. A mystery. Because, I mean, we gotta calm down from such an exciting time. As Edgeworth probably didn't shoot that guy. But if he didn't, who did? Woo! You weren't supposed to roll that way. Oh well. Oh, that'll do it. Darn it. Bonk. Bonk. Hing. So good at putting things into other things.
So, Val, first thoughts on Manfred von Karma? Want that man dead.
Yeah. Don't worry. I told you, Lake Conicus, he gets what he deserves. You'll see, he gets exactly what he deserves. Exactly what he deserves. You'll see. You'll all see. I'm too giggly. I'm too giggly about it. I'm too excited on your behalf, chat. Mostly you, Val. I'm too excited. I am so happy. He'll get what's coming to him. Uh-oh. Oh dear, I don't think that's actually gonna... No. Okay. I think I'm done having a giggle fit. Maybe I'm not. Who knows? Villainous giggles! Do 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 do. Next to turn upon the rack. Ah! Come on! Come on, you can do it! You can do it! You just have to come into contact with each other. You can do this. I believe in you. Oh. Oh. Yeah. That's the way. Come into contact. Contact. Come on. Oh. We'll get him. This way then. Oh, that was close. No, why? Ba, ba, da. Uh-oh. Okay, that will do. Darn. This will also do. There's too many little things on the board. I don't think I can clear it out very easily. That is a problem. Yes! 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 It's me, sickos! I'm the only one who doesn't know and I hate it. It's okay, you're not the only one. I have feelings on that man. I understand. I'm never gonna be done with the giggliness. Boop! Ba-da-ba-ba, ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Oh no, this'll work out. Yeah, it will. Wow, that was a lot of adventuring. Will that... Yes, it'll hold. Okay. Oh! Down? Nope.
Down, down, king of bones in your coral crown. Drown, drown, save your breath, 'cause tonight you're gonna drown.
Gonna roll different dice. Uh-oh. That is a problem. I was hoping for a watermelon. No, why wouldn't you? Please, contact. Physics? Hi, yes, physics? Hello, please. Thank you. Come on, you can do it. Physics? Physics. Come on. Come on. Hades reference? Yeah. Hades reference. No. A miracle. Oh, we might be out of miracles though, guys. We're not out of miracles yet! Ba-ba-ba. Bum-ba-bum-ba-da. Ba-da-ba-da. Please? Oh boy. We are in problematique territory. Uh-oh. Oh no! But it was so good. It was physics. I am a victim of physics. Victim of physics. Oh well. Anyway. That means it is now closing time, and we hope you enjoyed your visit to the octopus enclosure. I know, 3 pineapples and no watermelon. This is unacceptable treatment of me. Anyway, it's time to go on a little adventure. Where will we go? Doodly-doo-doo-doo. Who will we visit? I'm gonna have to find new people to visit. Goodness. Bum, ba-da. Alright, I know where we're going. We're going to a new place. 'Cause darn, I'm feeling some good Tetris. Alright. Ba-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Yeah, we're gonna go see a crocodile. Play Tetris. Alright. That is it for tonight, everybody. Thank you for playing along.